JAXXON is now having one of the biggest sales of the year. It's 20% off all men's chain stacks. Head to JAXXON.com.
When it comes to chains, I only wear JAXXON. Welcome back to another episode of Fade on Sight with my co-host Bear, and we got the youngest MMA fighter in history. That's what it is?
UFC history.
Yeah. Tell us your full name.
Raul Rosas Jr. El Niño Problema.
Niño Problema?
Yeah, El Niño Problema.
That's your nickname?
Yeah.
What's that mean? The black problem?
Nah. It means the problem child, but in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh. Hey, did you have that before Jake Paul?
Yeah. I mean, I think I had it since I was like 15.
So Jake Paul got it from you? Because that's my dog. I might have to FaceTime him and say, yo, why you steal my boy's slogan?
Yeah, he stole it. Plus, it fits me better. I mean, I'm a child, you know, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a child.
You was a child. You're a grown man now? When did you turn 18?
Last year on October.
October what?
8.
Oh, you almost about to be 19.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
I got a serious question for you. Are you still a virgin?
Nah. Nah.
For real?
Are you kidding me with those hands?
Nah.
This guy must slay.
Oh, I know. He's a young kid. He's 18 years old.
Yeah, no, not anymore.
My youngest son just turned 18 yesterday. He's still a virgin. I'm sorry to put your business out there, son. But I just want to know.
No, not anymore.
How old were you when you lost your virginity? Keep it 100.
15.
Damn.
I was a freshman.
What was his name?
Huh? Nah.
I'm just messing with you.
Nah.
Yeah. You ever found love yet?
Kind of.
Yeah?
Kind of. I mean, I have a girlfriend right now, so.
When did you meet her?
9 months ago. Like
Before you got famous or after?
Oh, no, before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
That's
That's what's
smart.
up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
And she's a really good girl and everything.
Yeah, so far, yeah.
All right. You ain't thinking about marriage already, are you?
No.
Okay, I have to tell you because I'm a little bit older than you. You know what I'm saying? MMA is way more famous and popular than it was when I was fighting and stuff. So, you know, hopefully this relationship works out, but you never know about relationships. But if you ever get married, because, you know, most guys, we don't want to get married, but the woman pressures us to get married. You know, they pressure us to do it. Make sure she knows right away, like, you're gonna do a prenup. You gotta tell them that. You got for real. That's real talk.
No, yeah, I get it.
Don't spring it on. Don't spring it on them at the last minute. Let the girl know when you start getting more serious with a girl and she bring it up. You just say, oh, any girl that marries me got to sign a prenup, so they already know.
Yeah.
If you really like that girl, but if you want to test the girl, then you tell her at the last minute. And she have a problem with a prenup,
Then she's not the one.
that's real talk.
Yo, so let's break this down for everybody, right? Because a lot of people know about you. Me and Rampage were watching your fights, and a lot of people here at the office are excited. We're here at the JAXXON headquarters. Quick little plug. All of our new chain stacks are 20% off site-wide. So we have all of our chains are made in Italy. They're real gold, fresh, make you look clean. I appreciate you wearing them. That's actually how we met, is I sent him chains for a fight. That's why I'm plugging it.
Yeah.
And he reached back. He was so humble. He showed me mad love for JAXXON because we had that crazy sales, 20% off all the chain stacks. And I was like, dude, this kid is like, awesome. Then he goes, you're on the Contender Series, you're like 17, you win. Then you get a contract, you're at the UFC, you win, you're like 18. I mean, it was like just a roller coaster. Like, how do you even compete at that level?
Yeah, I mean, that was always the dream. So I knew what it took to be there at that young age. So I just put in the work, and it was just crazy. Like, I had already visualized it, but actually living it in reality now, it was crazy. And I was just blessed, you know, that I'm this young, being able to do what I love. So yeah, I was just like, it's a blessing, you know, and I knew it all it took. So right now, like, it's just like, I know that now I even got to work even harder than what I had to work to get here. So, I mean, it's just like only the beginning.
Yeah, I love that. That's what's up. Did you have to convince your mom to let you be a fighter, or she was like automatically on board?
No, all my family was fighters. So, I mean, I just happened to be the first one to get to the UFC. I thought it was going to be the other order. Like, I thought I was going to be the fourth one out of 3 to get to the UFC. So yeah, my parents always supported it because everybody was a fighter except my mom. So you know, we were always around it. We grew up around it, so you know, it was just our thing.
I bet your mom know how to throw them things though.
Yeah. Now she has like a taser though, because she would hit a taser.
Like a real one.
Yeah. Like if we wouldn't listen, like a taser, because she would hit us with the belt, but we kind of got used to it. She would punch us, but we kind of got used to it. So now she has a taser, like.
Damn.
Oh, you really in it?
Yeah.
Wow. So like, I think a lot of people, because even me, like we look at you and you have this aura about you. You're a fighter. You walked in here. You're confident. You got your head up high. All the girls are looking at you. You ain't looking back. Like, what is it? Like, did you grow up knowing that you were going to be just a weapon, or did you start training and you realize like, damn, I'm knocking people out in the gym. This is easy for me. Like, what sparked it that at 17 years old, you walk in there with confidence and you can beat grown men?
It's just like, when I started training, it was just for fun at first because my dad was a fighter. Like he was a boxer, but then he got into it. But we were doing karate, but we were sitting down watching his practices, and I was like, I want to do it. We started doing it. My first fight was at 8 years old, and then I realized like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm good at. And from there, I just knew at 13, that's when I really knew I had more of a clear vision of how my path was going to be. And I just made it happen.
So you had no plans to go to college or anything like that?
No, I had plans to go to college for sure. Cause my mom told me, I don't care if like you're a UFC champion or you're gonna be a UFC champion. Like I want a degree on something. She was like, in case it doesn't work out, you have something to fall back on. But it just happened so quick. I thought I was gonna make it to the UFC at 18, but then everything just happened so quick. I was like in my junior year when I went into Contender Series, so I was like, oh. Like,
that's what's good about moms. My mom, when she found out when I was a kid I wanted to be a pro wrestler, and she told me like, oh, you might want to do something else, pick a second career, to fall back on. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll be a fireman. So I was going to be a fireman if I didn't end up fighting.
I can't imagine you just dropping someone on their head, coming down a 2-story building, just slamming people all the way down the stairs. Oh, you ain't going to come with me? Body slam. What helped you train to kind of like have this, like, I don't want to say superhuman strength, but you're like 17 years old, right? Like the 17-year-olds that live around me, dog, they can't even ride a bicycle. So like, what made you train? What helps you perform? Like, it seems like you're able to toss these dudes around, like your ground game, your striking. It seems like you have like grown man strength, not rampage strength, but grown man.
He's 17, 18. He's cock strong. That's what we call it.
Wait, we call what?
We call that cock strong. When you don't get sex all the time.
That's true. I mean, I have high testosterone, you know, so it does benefit me a lot. Because I'm young and, you know, my testosterone is high. So I just like feel like I want to fuck somebody up. So yeah, it helps a lot. Plus, I lived in a small town where like there was never, I was never in a kids class because there was no kids that wanted to do it. So I had to go with grown man. And when I went with the grown man that was new, they don't know how to control their strength. They just want to fucking go on you. So I had to fucking know how to manage that. Like, because if they got on top of me, like I was gonna be fucked. I was like fucking 9 years old, and they were like fucking 150 or like 170. But they didn't. It wasn't that they wanted to hurt me, but they just didn't know how to control their strength. So it was my speed versus their strength. So I mean, I just got used to it, and now like. It's normal for me to fight grown men, you know.
Who's the last guy you just fought? You just knocked him out, right? Like 2 weeks ago.
What
was his name?
Terrence Mitchell.
How you imagine he feels? He got knocked out by a 18-year-old jiu-jitsu guy.
I don't know.
Did you talk to him afterwards?
Yeah, I just told him to come train. I just invited him.
Damn.
I don't know.
Oh man, you did the dick move. Come train with me.
That's what you hit him with after you beat him? Yo, you want to come train with me?
Well, no, you didn't. I mean,
Who told you that?
I have a small team, so I was like, maybe you can come train, you know? Like, I mean.
After you knock this dude out, you text him or you DM him?
No, I told him in person. Like,
damn, savage.
No, because
savage.
Because I see like he's good. I mean, he's good. So I was like, you know, like we can help each other. You know, he's good. So I was like, from train.
Aren't you considered a jiu-jitsu guy?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so from my fights.
Yeah, and, you know, what makes you want to knock somebody out like that? Like, you know, we thought you was gonna go and tap.
Nah, it was just the fact that I was having an easy way, like just taking them down and submit them. But I actually started with striking. Like striking was my main thing. But
okay.
But since I wanted to fight back to back, if I strike, you know, there's more a higher percentage that I come more injured out of like striking someone than just take them down and submit them. So now I was like, I thought I wasn't gonna have to use my striking till I was in like the top 5 or stuff, but now I realized like, okay, now I gotta let these hands fly. So I went in there and I was like, all right, now it's time, you know.
Yeah.
So I just,
Yeah.
it wasn't that the striking wasn't there, but I just would have my easy way on the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you got everybody worried about you now that you're knocking folks out.
I gotta let these hands fly.
Yeah.
18 years old. Dog, where does that, you're 19 right now or 18?
18.
18. Where did the confidence level come from? Like, let these hands fly. You're sitting across from a, you know, a UFC champion, an MMA legend who can let them hands fly. You stared him right in the eyes when you said that, almost like you wanted to fight him right now, right? Like, that's what you want right now. I can see that. You want to fight him right now.
Is that true?
Nah.
I can just feel that energy from you. You'll scrap with anybody. You kind of got that BJ Penn in you. Where does this confidence come from?
But my dad, I mean, it's mainly my dad that he always told us like, don't be a pussy, you know, like fight anybody. If there was like a kid that was even like 2 times my size and they were like, oh, nobody wants to fight him, my dad would be like, yeah, put my son. And then he would be like, yeah, don't be a pussy, go fight him. And then at the end of the day, he would tell us, bro, there's no difference. Like, bro, you got 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head, like, come on. And then even if he was heavier, he was like, okay, it's not like you're going to carry him. You know, so it was like, I was like, he put that in us, like, to not be scared, to scrap with anybody. So, I mean.
Your dad sound like a real one.
That's a real one.
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever walk in the ring and still have some nerves? I mean, you're still young.
Not as much. Every time I feel more comfortable, but I feel like everything just comes from my parents, especially from my dad. He had a rough childhood and stuff, so he's like old school, and like it helps us a lot on this sport.
That's what's up. Hans told me some good things about you. He said that you were super cool. See, because I never met you before.
Yeah.
You know Hans, right?
Yeah.
You have a good relationship with him.
Yeah.
He told me you was a super cool kid and stuff like that. But he kind of like told me something that kind of bothered me. How are you dealing with all these fucked up assholes on the internet making memes and shit like that? How you deal with that?
Nah, I don't really pay attention to that, but I don't really care. Like I said, we all have fingers to type, you know. I can't like if I'm not across from you like right now, I could literally be from my house and like go on the internet and comment on your thing like, oh, you suck, you know. Like, oh, I can like comment whatever because I know you're not gonna like fight me because I know you're all the way over there, or like you don't even know where I'm at. So I mean, anybody has freedom to fucking get on the internet and fucking type whatever. So it's like cool to me. Like, I don't care. Like, if you say I suck, if you say I'm gonna be champion, if you say I'm not gonna be champion, like, who cares, you know? Like, it's whatever.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's a good way to look at it.
How do you look at it? I feel like you get bullied a lot.
I get bullied a lot on the internet, but I don't call it bullying because where I'm from, my age, bullying was getting your ass kicked by somebody.
Yeah.
But now it's bullying.
It's a good way to put it. I don't think a lot of kids in this generation understand growing up where that time where, you know, when you talk loud, you got smacked.
Yeah.
Now they're cool with saying it because if you get smacked, you get sued. So it's different.
Hey, I'm tell you what, I take these type of bullies any day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I take these bullies any day. The bullies back in my day was bigger than you and knew they could beat you up.
Yeah.
And those are the type of bullies that I didn't like. But, you know what I'm saying? But you're right. There's a lot of cowards behind Instagram and stuff and all these making memes and stuff. There's a lot of cowards. They some people think they're funny and some stuff is just not funny.
Yeah, I agree. When you fought, did you know you already won performance of the night? Did you know that you already were getting that bonus that like, do you think you had it wrapped up before the fight's over? Does that go through your mind? Because you're young. I'm sure the money, it's exciting.
Yeah. Especially after my last fight, I pretty much knew I had the bonus. You know, I just feel like I had a really good performance. I was able to show all the hard work, and it was just pitch perfect. You know, it was just exactly how I like the best way I could imagine it to go. Like everything happened as planned, so it was just perfect.
I like that. I think the bonus is they get people excited a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I think a lot of people get excited because then we think we're going to see a better fight. But I'm just excited to go in there and watch you mollywop these old dudes. That they're going to do something with you. You know what I mean? It's like you still get a Happy Meal at McDonald's and they're over here eating Wagyu and you're like, yo, come get some.
Yeah.
Let these hands fly.
You still eating Happy Meals, dog?
Yeah.
Damn.
You go to McDonald's a lot or no?
Yeah, still.
Yeah, every week or what?
Yeah.
What's your go-to meal at McDonald's?
I still like the Happy Meals and the McChickens.
I think McDonald's need to get this man a brand. He thought I was kidding. Look at him.
I thought you was joking. You still be playing with the toys that come in the Happy Meal and shit?
I'm just excited to see what it is. I don't play with it anymore, but yeah.
Collecting.
You collect the Happy Meal too?
Yeah.
You're never gonna grow up, huh?
At least now.
No,
Not right now.
No. Is there anybody in the UFC you model your game after?
Like style wise?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have the style of anybody, but I do take a lot of stuff from a lot of top UFC fighters like Khabib, John Jones, Conor McGregor, and I just added to my game and to my style.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. You know, you take the best of what you like from all over, then you make your own
Yeah,
style.
and I make it into my own style.
Yeah, back when I was fighting, I used to watch a lot of like Muay Thai fighters from Thailand and stuff like that. When I was in fighting in like King of the Cage and stuff like that, when I could throw elbows, and then when I went to Pride in Japan, I really couldn't throw elbows and stuff like that. So I stopped watching that stuff because I didn't want to get in trouble. But you watch it and you take it, you just automatically start training, and then you start doing it in your fights.
Yeah. Like it just sticks to you.
Yeah.
Who do you look at like right now? Like, you know, Rampage is always talking to these guys, and obviously he's a fighter, so he can talk from that fighter point of view. I talk from like a fan and someone who loves the sport and trains like just as a hobby. You know, when I spar, I want to spar against dudes that suck so I can let these hands fly and I look good in here, right? But like when you fight, you want to fight against the best so people could say you beat the best, right? I'm assuming that's what goes through your head. Who do you want next? Like what ranked opponent do you want to fight next?
I don't know. I'm just ready for whoever they want to put versus me. But ultimately, I do want to fight the best because I want to test myself. Like I believe I'm the best, so I just want to go out there and fight the best to prove it to myself. So right now, whoever's next, I'm just gonna keep getting ready and hopefully keep having like these great performances.
Where do you train right now?
Right now, it's more like private training. Like I have my jiu-jitsu coach, my dad, my brother. It's just me, my dad, my brother, another guy, and a jiu-jitsu coach that we met in California.
Oh, that's why you asked that dude that you knocked out to come train with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you because I have a small group and I was like, oh, come train with me because I don't have like a big team. So I was like, oh, come train.
What did he say? Did he say okay?
He said, yeah. He said, yeah, I have to. So I was like, oh, yeah.
All right. That's what's up.
Yeah, but we never got in touch. So.
Oh, yeah, never got in touch. I bet you he's a little butthurt by getting knocked out by an 18-year-old kid. How old was he?
33.
Yeah, good luck training with him.
I don't think a guy like that really wants to go hang out with you, brother. To break the news to you. Is it hard to find sparring partners?
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, especially like when I wasn't in the UFC, it was even harder. Like maybe because I was like 16, like sparring UFC fighters and like just dominating them, not even going hard. So then like they wouldn't want to spar me anymore. So that's why I'm not in a big gym anymore. Because when I was in a big gym, it was like nobody wanted to go with me. I wasn't even like hurting people or nothing. But I think now that I look back at it, I think it was more like an ego thing.
Yeah.
So now I'm like,
for sure, there's so much ego in the gym. Throughout my whole fighting career, I always tried to stay away from like super big name fighters as training and sparring partners unless I had like a good relationship with them and with friendship.
Yeah.
Because you know, in my fights, I very rarely get upset or lose my cool in fights, but I would get that way in sparring all the time. So if somebody pick it up on me or throw a punch, a kick too hard,
you're gonna pick it up. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I feel like I felt what I thought it was like egos and like and it's like the alpha attitude, like you in the gym and this guy want to test you and he want to test to see if he's the best one in the gym. So if he's kicking everybody's ass at 17, 16, 17, 18 in his gym, they're not going to want to go with him because people in the gym, a lot of people have big egos in the gym and they want to be the best. But if you let this kid kick your ass, you're not looking like the best. So that's probably why they don't want to go with him.
Who is someone that you've sparred with that you think has helped your game?
Patchy Mix, probably. I think he's one of the best sparring partners that I can have. He's a Bellator champion in 135.
And what does he do that kind of elevates your sparring? I don't think people talk about sparring and training enough.
Yeah, I think just our style wise, like he brings a different style to the table, but more than anything, I think he's like probably the best 135 grappler, like for sure.
Really?
Yeah. So grappling with him, to me he's the best 135 grappler. It just makes my level go up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're young, you're growing. Do you have like a special diet, a special training program, anything that you have to do differently? Because like, I don't even think you're old enough to go into clubs or go out. So I'm sure you have a lot more time to train.
Yeah, I have more time to train. I can't really do anything. But like, I just like, if I'm not training and I want to do something, I'm just always with my parents. Like anywhere in public, you'll always see me with my parents and my brother, so I'm not getting too crazy. I'm always like just on my diet, just discipline, looking forward to the next step in my career. So, I just stay focused.
You never been to a club before?
Yeah, I've been to the club.
How the fuck you get in the club and you 18 years old?
Because I think, in Mexico, if I go to Mexico, I can go in the club.
Oh yeah.
Then,
So you telling me right now you've been to Hong Kong?
Yeah.
That's Rampage's favorite nightclub. He talks about it on every podcast. What's the experience like? 18, you walk in there. Tell me what's going down in your head.
It's cool. I mean, I like it. I think that everybody should go try it,
Yeah,
they have the best Chinese food right there.
The best Chinese food. The best.
They have like a whole lot of menu right there for you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All you can eat.
Yeah. Do you be eating at Hong Kong?
No, not anymore. I'm in the diet.
He on the diet.
What's the diet look like? Because Rampage, he don't eat. So he comes in here and explain your diet, because I feel like it's crazy to me.
It's working.
It's working. You look like a model. You look like Michael B. Jordan. I just want to say that right now.
Look at it.
Don't he look like Michael B. Jordan? Yes, you do.
All black folks look like Michael B. Jordan.
Nah, not everybody got a jawline like you. Now, he got a crazy diet right
now, you know what? I got up to like 290 pounds.
Oh, shit.
Fuck you.
Let them hands fly.
Look, asshole. That's why they knocking somebody. You won't come train with me. I just knocked you out. Come train with me.
Wrestle after he explains his diet.
And so I had to do something drastic, right?
Yo, this kid, he wants smoke right now. It's fade on sight. Yo, hey, right now, if you guys were to throw hands, do you think you could put some paws on him?
I don't know.
Yeah,
he didn't say no.
Yeah, he might be quick. I'll take a couple punches to get inside. Quick guy. You gotta get in close on y'all look quick.
Yeah,
people.
I think you'll be sick to watch one of you guys kick each other in the throat. Fast.
So what I was gonna say before you so rudely make fun of my weight, fat shamed me. I had to get really serious. So what I did was I fasted for 24 hours a day.
Oh, shit.
So I only eat once a day. But and I cut out the sugar and carbs. And I fasted for 20, and I lost like 30 to 40 pounds doing that. But now that I'm training boxing in the morning, and then I lift at night, so I did it yesterday for the first time in a long time. I did that type of training. I was starving after my boxing section, so I talked to Sean, and he gave me a new diet, so I could eat chicken and sweet potatoes and guacamole
guacamole.
Yeah, guacamole after my first training. And then I could eat one last time at night, but it's two smaller meals. So I'd be eating twice.
Big meal?
Yeah, so I'd be eating twice a day.
When you were eating that one big meal, like what was it? Chicken?
No, it was steak, eggs, and sweet potatoes every day, and I drink my vegetables because I'm a picky eater. I don't like to eat vegetables.
Yeah.
You like vegetables?
Nah.
You not a picky eater?
I am. Like, I just don't like vegetables.
Yeah, I don't like
But
vegetables either.
yeah, nah, they're nasty.
So, but do you eat them? Do you get them down though, right?
Yeah, I have to.
Do you drink them or you just eat them? Just eat them.
I have to eat it.
You can eat stuff you don't like.
Yeah, probably just with water, like I've chugged it.
Have your girl made you eat her ass yet?
Nah.
No, she didn't make you. You did it voluntarily.
So after a fight, we're watching a lot of these big UFC fights go down right now, and obviously you're one of the biggest names in MMA, right? So I appreciate you coming through here. Obviously, it's always an honor to watch a legend like Rampage sit down across from current fighters and, retired fighters. Right now, you're a current fighter, but you haven't really even scratched the surface of what your career looks like, right? Like, so we're seeing all these superstars like the McGregors and the Rampages who have come in here and like set UFC on fire, right?
Yeah,
Brought
yeah.
MMA to a whole new level. Well, you'll be here you're like the leader of your new generation, right? Like Rampage was the leader of his generation.
Yeah.
What do you think of like the current stars like Sean O'Malley and like, the Sterlings and these types of guys that are like in the UFC right now? Do you feel like they're doing a good enough job? Do you feel like you're coming for the throne? Like, where do you feel your role is going to be in the UFC?
I mean, I think they're good. Everybody has their own like personality, their own like way of being themselves. Like I said, everybody's themselves. Like Rampage was Rampage. If I try to be as much as I try to be like Rampage, I'm never gonna be like Rampage. There's never gonna be no other Rampage. There's never gonna be no other Sean O'Malley, no other Conor McGregor. That's why I feel like a lot of people in the UFC get stuck. They want to be like Conor McGregor, but they're not gonna be like Conor McGregor. They're either going to be worse or they're going to be better than Conor McGregor, So right now I'm just being myself, and wherever it takes me is going to take me,
Yeah. What do you think of like O'Malley getting the belt?
I think it's good for the division because he's like a superstar in the division. So I feel like it's good. It's good for the division. It brings more eyes and more attention.
Yeah. I mean, I think Sean definitely has an exciting way of fighting. Yeah. I'm excited to see him fight Cheeto, and I think that would be an amazing fight, but I definitely think Sean has like an exciting aura to him and style, and it like allows the division to kind of pop off a little bit again.
Yeah, right. How you think he's going to do against Cheeto?
I think from his recent performance and Cheeto's recent performance, like just being honest, I think Sean O'Malley takes it.
Why is that?
Like I saw Cheeto's last fight. Well, I didn't really watch it, but
yeah.
But Cheeto's hungry, so that's what makes him dangerous. But Sean O'Malley, I feel like right now he's just on his prime. So I feel like right now, pretty much everybody that he fights, he just got that pop.
I love Cheeto. He's one of my good friends. He's a JAXXON athlete, and I watch him put in the work day in, day out. But that's an interesting comment because it shows that you're like watching tape and you're understanding. You were about to say something. You said, I watched Cheeto's fight, and then you stopped because you're media trained. Shout out to your agent in the back right now, making code words for you not to say. What is it about his fight that you watched that you kind of picked up on?
No, I honestly didn't watch it. I just saw it start, but I fell asleep. I was so tired that day. But
savage.
This guy's
no,
savage.
It's not that it was a boring fight or he's a boring fighter.
Oh no, dude!
I was just tired in general.
That's what you said. Nah, that's what you said.
I was tired in general.
That's what you said. I hope he watches this.
Poor Cheeto, he's the man.
Yeah, I hope he sees this and confronts you.
He's a good fighter. He's an interesting fighter. Like he always puts. The last fight that I watched of him, like really watched, was him versus Corey Sandhagen. But, he came back from that, but I just didn't see the comeback,
So you fell asleep on that one as well?
No.
What happened with that one?
With Corey Sandhagen and Cheeto?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the full fight.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying I'm not judging him from that fight because Corey is a top G. Styles make fights, and he already had his comeback, so.
Yeah. It's interesting because everybody has like their own take on like MMA fighters and UFC styles. Because like I say UFC styles in terms of like the MMA fighters just fighting in UFC. Because then you go watch them do like boxing or you go watch them do like a Bellator fight. And it's like, where was that fighter? You know what I mean? Like it's so interesting how people feel like they have to be a certain way or like fight a certain way or have a certain persona in the UFC. You see that right now a lot or no? Yeah. In terms of what you got going on, is there something special that you've been working on at camp? Is there something that you've been trying to take to the next level?
Nah, just from the time that I lost, I went back and faced every single mistake, you know. So I just went in there my last fight and tried to show it that things were fixed.
Was that your first loss? Did you ever lose as an amateur?
No, as an amateur, no, but as my youth career, I did lose twice, so it wasn't my first loss.
Yeah, but you showed like true what's inside of a true champion. Like we learn from our losses. Like I've seen you fight a couple times, and I think that you do have the makings to be a great champ. And you showed it like your last fight. You lost and you came back and you like not only won, like you devastated. You knocked somebody out, and that's the true making of a real champion. Learning from your losses.
Yeah, you just gotta keep. Nobody likes to lose, you know, but you just gotta. You can't do nothing. You can't go back. So all you gotta do is like fix those things and keep going.
Yeah, in this sport, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah,
I think a lot of fans should learn that, especially in America. You know, that's why I loved fighting in Japan. I love fighting in Japan because they didn't care if you won or lost. Like if you lost and you came back the next time, if your fans were still your diehard fans. And I love that about the Japanese fans.
Yeah, I feel like the Japanese fans really loved you though.
Yeah, they did. They still let me slap them to this day.
You ever slap someone?
nah,
You never Nate Diaz stalked and slapped someone?
nah,
Yeah, people try to pick fights with you when you go out, like you at McDonald's. People trying to argue with you over the fries.
no.
After the podcast, I'll let you slap me. Then when you become champion, I'll be like, I let him slap me before he was champ.
You're able to keep your composure, like when people try to start stuff. I'm sure people try to start stuff with you. You're so young.
Nah, they never tried, but I can only keep my composure to a certain limit, I think, It also depends. Sometimes I get more mad real quick than other days, Sometimes I'm like more annoyed. So if they say something to me, like I just like go off, but I never had to, so that's good.
What days that be? The days you don't eat your Happy Meal?
Yeah, those days.
You gotta eat your Happy Meal so you be happy.
Yeah,
Man.
or maybe Hong Kong, After Hong Kong, if somebody tries to pick a fight, I'm like more chill, more relaxed. My testosterone's not that high, so.
Not at Hong Kong. It's been released a little bit. Yeah, that's good. In terms of like UFC and where you're at with UFC, like how did you get like the UFC to approve of like a 17-year-old to fight like on the Contender Series or the Nevada Gaming or Nevada Athletic Department and the commission and all that?
It was mainly my manager, JAXXON House. That's why I feel like I'm in a good position right now because I have the right people that have helped me. Because even if all this talent, all this hard work that I put, I feel like if I would have not had someone like JAXXON House, I wouldn't be here right now because I don't have the connections. I don't have, so him and me just made a really good teamwork, He helped me get there and I made sure to go out there and did what I had to do. So yeah, I feel like we've both been doing good together and it's many blessings,
How'd you get discovered?
By JAXXON House?
Yeah, how?
When I went to a big gym over here in Las Vegas, that's when I think he started watching me a little bit, and then he followed me on Instagram, and I reached out, and then we ended up going like to eat, and we talked about our plans, and then he got me fighting right away. He got me my second amateur fight, and then he got me into my pro career.
Damn,
man, that's that don't happen for everybody.
No. How hard is it to find a good manager?
Man, it's really hard.
Yeah. Especially like I feel like if I would have found the wrong manager, they could have easily tried to like use me for money, because I'm not like too experienced on the game in that type of way. So they could have like, I've seen a lot of fighters get screwed over. Like they'll tell Rampage like, oh yeah, they're gonna pay you $40,000 when they're actually gonna pay him $100,000. And they still take percentage from that, so
Yeah,
that's how fighters get fucked over.
I still have a like a theory. It's just something that's in the back of my mind that I've had managers in the past that's done deals with promoters to because I look at the contract, right? So I see what's on the contract. So I still think that some managers talk to the promoter like, yeah, I get him to fight for less, just put something in my pocket. And they double dipping. So it is hard to find a good manager.
Do you think they do that?
Yeah, I really think that a lot of managers
a lot of managers for sure.
Why is that?
Because they're greedy. Some people are greedy and some people shady. I've learned through business that some people just get off on being shady, you know, and they like to brag about it and tell people, you know, saying, oh, you know, I can do this, I can do that. I've learned that through business. Like, some people just like to be shady. I've never done a shady business deal ever in my life, and I never will, because I just can't stand shady people like that, right?
Yeah.
And I really think that some managers that I've had in the past told a promoter, like, look, I know what he wants. He wants $2 million to fight. You know what I'm saying? You give me whatever, I get him to fight for 1 million, 1.5 million.
Yeah.
And then the promoter, like, they'll save a couple $100K, right? And then the manager, they get some money, and then they get the 10%. 'Cause I don't pay no manager more than 10%.
Really?
Yeah, I would never pay a manager more than 10%.
Wow. I mean, it's a whole business side that you have to worry about besides the training side, huh?
Yeah.
Your family's involved with that?
Yeah. That I feel like that's what also has made me more mature. Like right now is all this like negotiations besides just going out there and fighting. You know.
Is it hard, or is it more difficult having to deal with like your mom and your brother and your dad, and not like just some guy you could tell to screw off?
Nah, it's right now, like I said, I was lucky to find a manager like JAXXON House, so I don't have to worry about that.
He's a good dude.
You know, I don't have to. He does all the business for me. So
he was gassing you up to me, and I was like, "Yo, Jason, dog, I've been sending this dude's chains since I saw him throwing hands. I go, this guy's the man." I was like, "We got to get him on the podcast." And then I was like, Rampage was like, "Yeah, of course, dude." It's interesting though, because at such a young age, right? Like Rampage was a superstar, but how old were you?
I didn't start fighting until I was like 21.
Yeah, and then how old were you when you got the belt?
When I got the belt in UFC, man, I was older by then. I was like already in probably like my 30s, like 32 or something like that.
Really?
I can't remember, but yeah, I was older.
Yeah,
Well,
so like that's a big age gap, you know?
Yeah.
what age were you? What year was it when you were 21?
Okay, I'm bad. Okay, I was born in 78. You do the math. So when I was 21, it was probably like 99, 2000, something like that. Yeah. Hold on. Around probably like 90.
2000.
Probably around there. But you know what? I almost got the belt when I was fighting in Pride. When I fought Vanderlei, I was if I would have won that belt, I would have been the youngest champion in Pride.
How old were you?
I was like probably like 24.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a big age gap, bro. You're like so young and you're already in the show.
Yeah, so you could be like Vitor. Like Vitor is one of the guys that
was in the sport 18.
He was in the sport for so long, right? So if you take care of your body, stop eating McDonald's and like address your injuries, you can have a real long career. Like, because MMA is not as dangerous as a lot of fans think it is. Not as dangerous as boxing. So you could easily fight for like 25, 30 years if you want to. But my advice to you would be to take some of your money and learn some type of business or something like that.
Yeah.
So you don't have to fight that long, because
something you can fall back on.
Yeah, after you get done. So you don't want to do it for that long, because right now I'm 45 and I be like feeling some of my injuries when I be doing other stuff. I be smashing this. I mean, I be like doing other stuff, and I be like, damn, this pain is from that fight I had like 10 years ago. I can't do that little power driver move I like to do when the girl's upside down on her leg.
Hey, you're getting a tutorial right now from a real G.
Well, I had to teach him. He only been having sex for 3 years.
It's a family life right now with Rampage Jackson. What's the dynamic like when you're not fighting? You do anything for fun besides smashing chicks, apparently?
Nah, I just like go play pool, spend family time. Yeah.
Pool? Like pool table?
Yeah.
So you hustle people?
Yeah.
How do you get in a pool house?
There's pool houses that you can go like if you're like under 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do? You go in there and you play people for money?
Nah, I just play with my family right now, and then I'll go cruising. You know, I'm barely learning how to drive, so I like just drive around the neighborhood.
Oh my God, you're just not learning how to drive.
Like, I know how to drive, but like I don't have a license. I've never went on the freeway yet. You know, so
Why you don't got a license? You can get that at 16.
I was busy.
Do you have a car?
Me and my brother share a car.
What kind of car is it?
It's a Volkswagen.
What's wrong with you, man? You rich. You fighting in the UFC, man. You rich.
I wasn't gonna buy a car, and if I can't drive it, I was like,
Just look at it. Just watch it.
Yeah, you smart.
Yeah, you're a smart kid.
I like that. Most people would have went and bought a car.
Yeah, cause I'm stupid. I almost bought a house in Temecula years ago with a helicopter pad, and I'm just gonna put a helicopter there. And I hate helicopters, and I was just gonna put it there just because I could, just because I could.
Is that something you want? You want a helicopter?
yeah, I want a helicopter like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why don't you have a license?
because I haven't had time to do it. Like
Still.
yeah, still. I was just so active. I just didn't have time to be like, oh yeah, let me fucking do this paperwork and get the license. Like, I didn't have time.
Get a lot of practice in because you're 18 and you just now learning. It's easier to learn. It's easier to learn when you're younger. You know what I'm saying? So you 18.
Yeah.
Two of my kids already got fender benders. And I taught my son that's fighting now. I taught him late because he was a problem child like you, like your name. But I was scared. I had a lot of cars as he was coming up, and I was always busy and out of town fighting and stuff. So I was scared that he was going to steal my cars. So I didn't teach him how to drive on purpose. But now I kind of regret it now because now he's he's 23 now. And he just got his license because his younger brother got his license first.
Oh shit!
And so he got kind of like jealous that his younger brother got his license and everything. So you start get a lot of practice so you will be comfortable out there because you got to drive. What do you do? Uber everywhere?
Yeah, pretty much. Or my brother takes me, or my parents.
How old is your brother?
20.
Oh,
20.
How old is your girlfriend?
19.
Do she drive?
Yeah.
All right, don't buy her no car now. Don't be.
But I know how to drive. Like I can drive, but
just not that good yet.
Just not on the freeway.
Not on the freeway.
Not on the freeway.
So you got to take the streetway.
So where are you currently living?
Las Vegas.
You're still in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So you ended up staying there just for training and to be close to the UFC or what?
Yeah, just for more training.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I got this video I want to show Rampage of you. I want you guys to be able to react to it a little bit. Let's see what we got here. It's gonna be right here.
That's gonna be right here.
Hey, I had a promo point today. Last fight, no excuses, but man, I knew I had to come back from that. I knew I'm better than that. I disappointed my fans, my people, so I hope I made y'all proud today. And damn, another 50 G's. Ain't no combat get better than that. And these custom suits ain't cheap. And Uncle Sam is unforgiving.
That's a good promo.
After suffering your first loss, that is the way you bounce back.
Who taught you how to do that?
It was natural because my family, everybody does it on the music. Whenever they bring mariachis, it's just natural, from hearing it so much.
It's crazy because you have an amazing like attitude, right? And you have a good energy, and we could see that you want to be a champ and you love what you're doing, and we could feel that and we could see that in you. It's authentic and you're real. I would hate to have to scrap with you in the street outside of the UFC because I could tell you'd be willing to fight to the death. Who do you think is like your top favorite UFC fighter of all time?
So when I was little, I used to watch not only because he's here, but I used to watch John Jones. I used to watch Rampage, Chuck Liddell. The reason why I used to watch Rampage because he caught my attention when he would wear the chain. The chain that caught my attention. I was like, oh shit, that's sick, because nobody else would wear like a chain like that. Yeah. So that was something different. So I was like, oh, that's sick. I even wanted a toy from him, from this fool, like with his chain and shit, because I thought that was sick. I even wanted a chain like that, but I never found one.
All you gotta do is go to the hardware store.
And then, John Jones, fucking Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
And then as I grew up, I went to like Robbie Lawler. And then currently, I don't really watch anybody like that. Maybe I was watching like Khabib and Conor, but not really anybody anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. There's not that many like unique celebrities. Kind of everybody's the same thing. They all just talk loud and they all try to wear McGregor suits now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's different. You
Is
see that?
for real? Is that what's going on? I don't watch like the weigh-ins and a
No.
press conference and stuff anymore.
I mean, Bobby Green's crazy. Bobby Green will show up with a bulletproof vest. You know Bobby Green?
Yeah,
he's a little
yeah.
crazy, right? He's the man. We had him on here the other day.
yeah,
He
he's
goes
cool.
wild.
He's cool. He's cool as hell.
Yeah, it's different, right? The landscape, I think, of the UFC right now and the MMA community in the world is everybody wants the money, everybody wants to be famous, everybody wants to be a superstar. It's not like, you know, when these guys, I was kind of there to watch and witness and feel it when they were fighting. They wanted to be fighters. They wanted
Yeah.
to smash people, break people's faces, and then everything else was second. You know?
Yeah.
Now it's kind of the other way around.
You know what? I think my theory on it, my take on it is, I think the press conference and stuff, that's the only time you can actually wear what you want and be yourself, because now they got the uniforms.
Yeah.
It wasn't the uniforms when I was there, and I can understand why some of the people are trying to be like Conor McGregor, because he did something that no one else ever done before him, you know. So you got to respect him for that. And you know what I'm saying? I kind of wanted to do a lot of the stuff that Conor has done. I asked Dana years ago to get me a boxing match at the time when I was champion, when I was doing good. But at the time, you know, I was like light heavyweight, and it was nobody out there boxing. Nobody had a big name, big draw, and Dana just wasn't interested in it. But the weigh-ins and the press conference, that's the only time you can wear whatever you want and all this stuff. So that's the only time you can be yourself, right?
Yeah.
But then if they trying to be like Conor, you know, I understand why. I don't agree with it, but I understand.
I understand why. Yeah.
So we're wrapping this up here, and I appreciate you coming out here. One thing I always find interesting is like, I feel like a lot of fighters that train with their brother or their sister or their dad, or they train with cousins, they always have this sense of like community. Like, we don't need a lot of people in here. We're going to stay close to each other. We're going to stay close to our team. It's kind of like that Khabib in a way. Like, he like trains with his people, his team, his boys, and sticks to that like same theory. Do you feel that like you get enough out of your crew right now, your family, your brother, your dad, as like your training, your partners? Like, are you getting everything you need to go to the next level?
Yeah, but I try to bring also other people. It depends who I'm fighting. You know, I try to bring like other close friends that I know that can simulate that style. But like my main training partner, my main coach is my dad, and my main training partner is my brother. Like my brother is 5-0, so he's like, we're on the same level. Like, we'll go back and forth. And like now it's more controlling. Back then it was like since we're brothers, you know, like we would just go at it. But yeah, I think we get the right work, but sometimes I do want to bring like more people in. Mm-hmm. That's why the guy that I fought, I told him to come in, because I have a small group.
You wasn't being a dick.
No,
I wasn't trying to be a dick or anything.
Yeah, makes sense.
I was trying to be, because I have a small team, so anybody that wants to come train, I'm like, I'm down, you know, it's work, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you want to come train? Like, all right, come through. So yeah, I thought he was like, I also saw like potential in him, you know? Yeah. He was like swinging hard, like those 54 seconds that we went at it. He wanted it. So, you know, I was like, oh, like I bet he's willing to work hard. So like, come through.
I'll send my son up there to train with you. He fights at 155.
Yeah, I'm down.
He's a wrestler. He got pretty good jiu-jitsu, and he's a southpaw. His stand-up is good. You got any plans to fight in the southpaws?
Anybody, yeah, but I like to switch stances. Yeah, my brother is southpaw too.
Oh, okay.
So yes, it'll be good work.
Yeah,
like
he can switch stands. So if you need somebody, hit me up, hit Bear up. I'll send my son up there to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I love the fact that you're able to like get work out of your brother, and would your dad hold pads, and your dad kind of just all around coach.
Yeah. And like my dad made sure, he's the one that like brings people in sometimes, you know.
Sees what you need.
Yeah.
Does he dissect your game a lot? You guys watch a lot of tape together?
Yeah. We all watch tape, and he sees some things, I see some things, and then we just put it together, make a game plan, and go from there.
Damn, that's interesting. And does the training consist of every day, 7 days a week?
Yeah. I just rest like sometimes 2 or 1 day a week. Nice. It depends how hard like the week is, you know.
All day long?
Yeah.
Is your training when you were fighting, you would train every day, all day long?
I always took 1 day off.
Really?
I always like to rest on Sundays. But the strange thing was, it took me years to realize that when I was fighting in Japan, the fight was always on Sundays.
Oh shit.
I don't be thinking of. I don't know why I don't be thinking about
The one
stuff
day
like-
you rest.
The one day I rest. That's when the fights were.
Yeah.
So I probably should have rested Saturdays.
Yeah.
But my coaches, I'm the type of guy, I'm the type of fighter, I always submit to my coaches. People don't understand that about me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't have an ego. If somebody's my coach, I'm going to listen to what they say. I'm not going to be the type of guy to try to, out boss my coach or, act like I know more than them. So sometimes I had like hard-nosed coaches and, they don't want you to rest on Saturdays. So Sundays, I always took Sundays off. I don't like to train 7 days a week.
Yeah, no,
you need
me either.
rest.
Yeah, you need that rest. But like I said, the only way like I'll train like 7 days a week, just like if I'm kind of injured, so I'm only having like one practice a week, then on Sunday I do something like 2, But if I'm training normal, then yeah, I take like sometimes 2 days off or like 1 day off.
But real talk though, how long do you take off for sex before your fight though?
Oh, like 3-4 weeks. That way I can just be like high
Yeah.
testosterone on my training sessions and shit.
Yeah. One time, go ahead.
No, did you ever have it before a fight?
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna tell you, I did because I moved here to Orange County from Memphis, right? And I just couldn't get the vibe here. It's just the girls are different, and I'm different. So when I first moved here, I moved here with a girl, and we broke up, blah blah blah, all this stuff. So the only time when I even got girls is when I went to Japan. And so right when I get to Japan, if I was dating a girl, I just get like a little beach or something. You know what I'm saying? And then after the fight, then I explode all everywhere. But then as I got older, when I got girls, I got married and everything. Married life is a little bit different. So
Yeah.
I would do like 2 weeks. But one time, I was married and my son just turned 18 yesterday. He was born and I couldn't do nothing for 6 weeks. And I don't cheat on my wife. You know what I'm saying? I don't cheat on my wife. So for 6 weeks. I didn't do anything, and that was one of the best fights I ever had. I felt so strong, and I used to be against the face stumping rule in Pride, and I remember I stumped the mud hole in that dude. Man, I was going crazy, but I was kind of worried because I never forget. I'm sitting down, I did something I never do. Even though I'm married, I never cheat on my wife. I remember I never used to look at girls. I'm sitting in the corner and I see the ring girl walk her little skin ass by me. I'm looking at her and looking up and down. I never do stuff like that.
You're a menace.
I'm in the middle of a fight in the round, and we get 2 minutes over there because the first round 10 minutes. So the whole 2 minutes, I'm staring at the ring girl like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me?
You stare at the ring card girls during the fight?
Nah, because I usually never get there. But when I do, I'm like just focused.
Yeah, you're not staring at the girls during the fight? No.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Don't be like me.
Don't be. No, be like him. Be a champion. Get the belt, but do it your way. Maybe not stare at the girls to get the belt, though. You know what I mean? Yo, before we wrap up, what do you listen to in the gym when y'all are training? What kind of music you got blasting in that place?
I put corridos,
What is that?
like Mexican music,
Like Peso Pluma?
Yeah, like that's corridos,
Is
That's
that
what
the
it's called?
mariachi? Is
that mariachi music?
Is that mariachi?
Yeah, almost, but not really. It's more like people sometimes listen to it to like smoke weed. Like,
You smoke weed?
nah, I don't smoke weed. I never tried it because I feel like I would like it, and then I would start like smoking.
Yeah, it's not
weed.
worth it.
Yeah, it's not
It's
worth
not
it.
worth it.
I'm the same way. I never smoked it because I
So-
feel like I'd like it.
Yeah, so that's why I never tried. Cause I like the smell. Like if you were smoking in front of me, I'm like, oh, it smells good, but like I've never like.
Yeah,
tried
don't
it.
try that shit.
Nah. Cause I feel like it's like candy. Like you try candy, you like it, you're gonna fucking come back and get it.
Bro, stay away from all drugs. Stay away from like performance enhancers. Like throughout your career, you're gonna get a little older, and you're gonna remember what it feel like to be this young and dominated. And then some people get in your ear tell you to take this and take that. I tell you right now, it's not worth it. Like the UFC, they got USADA, they got a really good way of testing. I think it's stupid when fighters getting popped now in the UFC.
Yeah.
It's dumb. So stay away from that. Stay away from the white girl, the cocaine. Stay away from that. The weed, the mushrooms. Stay away from all.
Mushrooms. Stay away from mushrooms.
Yeah, stay away from all that
No
shit.
spiritual reset.
No, stay away from all that shit. Because being a fighter, you know what I'm saying. You got to keep your head clear. I've seen a lot of people go down by doing drugs. John Jones is the only person that
He's invincible.
He's invincible.
John Jones don't count.
Yeah, he
I
don't
know
count. I don't know how he's doing it.
It's like his pre-workout. He need it. It don't matter at this point. He's like the GOAT. He can. I
can
guess
do what
at
he
this
wants.
point he
Yeah.
can do what he wants.
He can do what he wants.
Let him live. At this point, let him live. You have any UFC fighters that are friends that you hang out with outside of UFC?
No, I don't. I
No?
don't. No.
You have any friends?
Yeah, I have friends, but like from high school, like still like they're probably like.
But in
18.
Vegas with you, no friends.
No, because I moved out there and I didn't go to high school over there, so I don't have like.
And
That
no-
might be good though. Your friends influence you in a bad way
Yeah.
too. I'm your friend now, bro. I like you, though.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'll
bro.
keep sending you the chains. 20% off
Yeah.
site wide, JAXXON.com. Best chains that you can get.
Shameless plug.
That's it. So in Vegas, anything you do for fun right now, though, currently, while you're getting ready for your next fight?
Nah, probably on this one, I'm probably gonna try to go get my license or some shit, you know.
Yeah, do that. I can see you in one of those like big trucks. You like the big trucks or the SUVs? What type of car you like?
Yeah, I like the like low riders. I like the,
Oh, you like that?
the classic cars. Yeah, I
Oh,
like
okay.
those.
Yeah.
Or like from now, I like the like Rolls Royce. You know, all those cars.
Oh, that's what's up.
Keep those dreams high. Keep those aspirations going. You put that on your phone. You put that in your wall, and you remember why you train so hard. One day you'll be like Rampage. You have the belt. You have all the cars, all the money, all the girls. Do whatever it is you need. But for right now, you stay the course. I mean, you're going to be a champion. I think we all see that. We all believe in you.
Man,
Yeah, thank you.
Be better than Rampage. Keep your belt for a long time. I only cut mine for like a short while. Keep yours for a long time. Retire with the belt.
Yeah. Any advice you want to say like from your career? You know, you were a champion.
Yeah, I got a little advice for you. Like when you get champion, don't get complacent. You know what I'm saying? When you get champion, when you get that belt, you at the top, and everybody gonna be trying to knock you off that mountain. So when you do get that belt, and I know you're gonna get it, you got to train 2 or 3 times as harder, and you're gonna have a lot of new friends. Like you say, you don't got a whole bunch of friends. It's good.
Yeah.
When you get that belt, you're gonna have a lot of new friends, and they fake friends. Trust me. When I was champion, I had so many friends come out everywhere, inviting me out, inviting me this, do that. Man, forget all that. If they wasn't there before. It's not bad to meet new people and stuff like that, but you just gotta watch them. They be don't see them as friends, see them as acquaintances. You know what I'm saying? And when your friends or your acquaintances start coming to you with business ideas, kick them to the curb.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because a lot of people gonna come to you. Oh, I got this business idea. Some of them might be a good idea. You ask them like, "Oh, send me the business plan. I have my team look at it." That's the best way to deal with it.
Yeah, because then they try to fuck you over.
Yeah.
At least you're smart enough to understand that. A lot of fighters don't, bro. They get too caught up in the moment, and they forget that, hey, man, everybody's human. People are gonna make mistakes. As long as you're aware and you have accountability, you'll be able to keep your team in check. That's something that I love about Rampage. That I think that Rampage is so in the moment, right? When he's with someone, he spends time with that person. When someone walks in this gym, he talks to that person. He's not on his phone. He's not looking around. He's not seeing if cameras are watching. He's so sincere. He's so genuine that authentic aura of him, that energy he has, it translates and he becomes the people's champion. And because of that, that's why he's the most loved MMA fighter. When we did this podcast, we did a poll who should be my co-host and who I should do an MMA show with on JAXXON. We're like the #1 jewelry brand in the world. We have all these men across the country that buy from us. Rampage's name came up more than anybody's. And I've been friends with him for 10 years and he's never done anybody wrong. He's such a stand-up guy. And I think that if even something that I could tell you from a business point of view is that be a good person because it pays back tenfold. Don't turn into one of these scumbags that money controls you and the perception of how the public look at you controls you. Be like him and be a good person that takes care of your team, and you'll be straight for life.
No, yeah, like just looking at them, like I can tell you're real, and like I feel like that's something hard to find nowadays. Like
I appreciate that.
somebody that keeps it real.
Yeah.
Like everybody tries to be something else. So
I know. It's just my culture. People don't understand. It's just my culture. Like where I'm from, Memphis is just how we are, and just the way my family like raised me and treated me. You know what I'm saying? It was like it's like it was meant to be. And when I started fighting, it wasn't popular. I didn't start fighting to be famous. But a lot of people assume that though. That's the weirdest thing. But I enjoy like meeting you young bucks, you guys coming up and saying you're doing your thing. I just want you guys to have like a great career and have a great team around you guys because I've been screwed over so many times.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, I've been screwed over. And I hate for that to happen to anybody.
Before we go, Rampage, I really love the fact that you were open to hearing from some people because most kids at your age that already have this fame and this stardom and this clout would be like, screw this guy. I don't need to listen to this guy, even though he is a champion. that's like one of the best things from a business standpoint that I look at people when I'm looking to hire. Are they coachable? Do they want to still be better? Or do they think they know everything? I would love to just hear your point of view on this for him, for his perspective. Maybe not so much for people watching, but for a fighter in his situation. You know, we heard the story of you training with Tito and having your training camp and the people that were around you guys and how you guys kept it as a team. And then you guys didn't want to fight each other, but then Chuck and Tito had their arguments. What advice would you give him for his training camp and his team going into his career at the UFC?
Yeah, if you have a good team around you, it's only going to make you stronger, right? So you got to choose the right people. You got to choose people that have your same type of goal in mind, because if you choose the wrong guy, like, they're going to be hating on you, the ego. They'll try to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to, like, make sure that the people that you choose to be in your team, they really down for you and they understand, like, you have a goal, and it's like it got to be a mutual friendship, a mutual teammate. You know, I used to love training with Tito back in the day. I'm going to keep it 100 because Tito know I keep it 100. I helped Tito train for a lot of his fights. He didn't help me train for a lot of my fights because Tito was already famous. He was already up there, and I understand that after his fight, he had stuff to do. He had to go. He was married at the time. He had to go be with his family and stuff like that. But I was getting better just by helping him train. So it's like, you can't have, like, selfish people. Like, if I was selfish, I would get mad at Tito. I was like, look here, bro, I help you train for your fight. Come help me train for my fights. But I understood that after the fight, you had to go and work on do other things. But a lot of people won't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you choose, like, the right people to bring close to you in your training camp. Because another thing is MMA is all about loyalty. You choose the wrong guy, he'll go and tell everybody what you're working on. You know what I'm saying? He had to go tell your opponent what your weakness is, what he catches you with in the gym. So all that factors in, all that matters. And the reason why I tell you anything you want to know, because I instantly like you. My son has been fighting since he was like 21, and now he's 23. He's been fighting for a couple years, and he's never asked me any questions. You just ask me. you ask me more questions than my son. My son, he won't listen to me, and he don't ask me any questions. And so, you know, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know.
Yeah, it's always, to me, it's always good to learn, like, other people that been through it, you know. I like to learn and, like, you know, take it in, because also I don't ask a lot of questions to, like, people, like, even if they were big, but, you know, some think they're all that and stuff, so I don't ask them any questions. I'm like, oh, like, if you put someone in the room that, like, even if he was big, if I don't like them, like, I won't, like,
I feel that.
I won't, like, ask them a question.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm the same way.
Like, I don't care who it is. You can put, like, the biggest star ever here next to me. If I don't like him, I'm not gonna ask him a question. But like I said right now, like, I just feel like you keep it real, you know. So
Thanks,
you're not gonna hate, and you're for real gonna tell me like stuff. So, you know, that's why I asked you.
Yeah, I think it's stupid to hate, because when I was coming up, some of the pioneers of me, some of them were kind of like haters and stuff like that. Like Dan Severn, I can't stand his old ass. I wish I would have fought him before he got too old.
You would have smashed him.
I would have smashed Dan Severn, because I remember I was just starting off like this is probably before King of the Cage, so it was still kind of like low level amateur, and I fought in his show. And he had some guy that he was promoting, and I guess I was supposed to lose. And I remember people didn't know anything about me. So I go out there, I'm fighting this jiu-jitsu guy, and I beat him up, I take him down, and then I submit him. I beat him on the feet, and then, you know, slam him, then submit him. And at that time, all I wanted was my tape, so I can have the highlights, so I can, you know, promote myself. And he would never see me the tape, and that's why I didn't like him for all those years. So I just felt like he was hating a little bit.
Yeah, no media tape. You ain't gonna help me. You ain't gonna let me show the world what I got, so I can keep getting better and keep getting the bag. Yeah, you out.
Yeah. I never liked him since then.
Yeah,
I could see that.
But you know, we looked up to those partners. Those were the first ones. They was the ones that fought with no rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm the second wave. I came right when the rules came into MMA. But I look up to like the Mark Kerrs and the you know, Kevin Randeman, the Boss Rudin, you know what I'm saying, Don Fry, and, you know what I'm saying, Gary Goodrich, and all
Legends.
I look up to all those guys, like Tank Abbott and all those guys. I look up to them. Those are guys I look up to.
yeah.
You look up to anybody right now in the UFC? or anybody in the past? Someone you look up to that kind of helps you be a North Star?
I had from the names that he said, the only one I knew was Kevin Rockman.
Kevin Randleman?
Yeah, I used to watch his fights. I liked his fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wasn't even born back when these guys was
No,
fighting.
but I went back and watched his tape because we had an action figure of him. So then I was like, oh, I want to watch him fight.
You never met him, huh?
No, I never met
I'm
him.
gonna tell you something about Kevin Randleman. He is one of the realest dudes. He's one of the best dudes I ever met. Me and him, they made us fight each other in Pride. I knew they was gonna do it. I tried to stay away from him because he was one of the first dudes I met in UFC 17 before I was even a fighter. The guy that started me to fighting, he fought in UFC 17 when Kevin Randleman fought Boss Rudin, right?
Yeah.
And he remembered talking to me. I talked to him outside the hotel. He talked to us for hours, and he was talking to us, right? Years later, we in Japan, and we bumped into each other. He was like, oh, what's up, Rampage? I was like, you remember me? He said, yeah, man, I talked to you at the UFC 20. I think it was UFC 20, something like that. Yeah, UFC 20. I said, wow, I can't believe you remember me. So we became cool. Then we had to fight. So we fought, and I knocked him out. And you know, it was either him or me, right? And I knocked him out. And he left the ring, and Vanderlei got in the ring and pushed me, and me and him starting to get ready to fight.
Yeah.
Kevin Randleman came all the way back, ran all the way back to the ring, got my back, and finna help me fight Vanderlei and his crew.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
After I just knocked him out. That's how real he is. And
Yeah.
man,
That's crazy.
RIP to Kevin Randleman, man. We miss you. We're never going to forget
Yeah.
your memory. He was one of the down to earth, the coolest MMA fighters I ever met.
Damn. That's crazy that he showed you that love, though, huh?
Yeah.
Vanderlei in the ring, because that's a famous moment in Pride's history.
Yeah.
Vanderlei tries to come start stuff with you after you get a win, and it's like, you know, it's like a McGregor Khabib moment,
Yeah.
but in Pride, and you guys kind of had that moment too, you know?
Yeah. So think about the guy you just knocked out. If somebody would came and pushed you, he came back in the cage and helped
And
had
helped
your
me,
back.
yeah, that's real.
That's real.
You think
Yeah.
he would have though?
Who?
The guy you just knocked out.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh man, dude. You know, Ro, I just want to say thank you so much, bro. Like to come out in the middle of training, you know, you're young, you're hungry. You could be on any show, you could go anywhere to come do this for Rampage. You know, obviously it's always a blessing for me, but for the champ, I think that it's a cool moment for the MMA community and the fans and for UFC to see this. Like,
Yeah.
I think people need to see this and hear from you more than just those quick mariachi moments after a
Yeah.
win, because you are real. You have a lot of good things to say, but you have a good head on your shoulders, and I think that that's what's going to take you the farthest.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, bro. I
No,
appreciate
thank
you
y'all
being
for
here,
having
man.
me.
Can't wait to see you be champion and reign for a long time.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in today. Sitting down with us is Raul Rosas Jr. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Thank you. And the best co-host on the planet, Bear. This has been another episode of Fade on Sight with JAXXON.